Hey guys, welcome to the tutorial. Today we're going to take a look on how to remove the cassette and what kind of tools you need for it and what the procedure is. So here we have my rear wheel from my trials bike. It's running a Crisp King hub and a custom cassette with only two cogs. Now, I've already taken the rear wheel off the bicycle, but there's still a few things we have to do to get the cassette off. So, first of all, you need to take off the quick release. These cassettes have splines in them, and they have a specific tool for it that also has splines, and it fits in here as such. Ta-da! So, fits quite well, but in order to actually take it off, you need to somehow, because it's lefty-loosey, basically. It's a normal right-hand thread, but to take it off, when you try to undo it, you're actually turning the freewheel. So what we have for that is a chain whip. This is homemade, but it works pretty well. I'm going to zoom out again. Okay, this is homemade, but it works pretty well. And the principle for the chain whip is that you take it, put it around the cog. This way. So you put it around the cog this way, you put the chain on it, and now you can actually hold it and when you try to rotate it, the freewheel won't move, okay? Because most of my tools are in my other shop, I'm gonna have to, I don't have my driver for this. So, half-inch driver is usually what these use. So I have a square piece of stock and a piece of, and a wrench. So how this works is you secure the chain whip, you can hold it as such, and you just turn it left, okay? There we go. And now you can take the lock ring off. The lock ring looks like this. Can you see? Yep, I'm gonna zoom again. Oh. Okay, so the lock ring looks like this. Don't lose this, very important. I'm gonna set it aside, take the chain whip off, and take the cogs off. Okay, so it didn't want to come off, but I persuaded it a little bit, and there, it's off. So the basic operation is the same for individual cogs that you can buy for performance bicycles, or fully assembled cassettes. They work basically the same way, either way. So that shouldn't be a problem. If you can get one off, you can probably get the other one off. Hey, I made a joke. Okay, so as you can see, the hubs have these splines, and it usually is that they have, I think it was 8 wide splines and 1 narrow, this one. So the narrow one is usually the one that you use to locate the correct position of the cassette or the individual cogs. And the cassette usually also has 1 thin one and 8 wide ones, wide splines, and it fits in as such, okay? And it doesn't really fit any other way, because it might go in slightly from one side, but you need to match up all the splines. That way it goes in perfectly and it moves around. Okay, so I showed you how to take it off, now I'm going to show you how to put it back on. Okay, so we put the spacers in, now we're going to simulate a real cassette. So we have to match up the splines, so we have the thin one here and the thin spline here. So this goes, sorry, the bigger one goes on the bottom. Oh, and there's one more thing. If you if it fits, if it goes into the, if you match up the thin spline with this thin spline, it only goes in one way, so you can't put the cassette in the wrong way. So this way, the thin spline matches up, okay, but it doesn't go in. I switch it around and it goes in perfectly, okay? So, one more spacer, one more, oh. Okay, again, it doesn't go in the wrong way. Okay, and one more cog. So we put on the spacer that usually comes as a bonus. It's not necessary, but I like to put it on because it helps to loosen the lock nut later on. And now you insert the tool. You tighten it, okay, until it's finger tight. And then you take your driver or your wrench, whichever you have, and you tighten it. You hold the wheel and just tighten it this way. Okay. Okay, and there it is.